The weather outside is freezing right now. This is as far from LA as you're gonna get. Hello, I'm Dan Lybarger for eFilmCritic.com. In Billy Bob Thornton's latest movie, he plays a farmer who wants to journey into space, starting at his Texas barn. To find out what kind of audience would want to see this sort of movie, Oscar winner Billy Bob Thornton has come to Kansas City, along with Oscar nominee Virginia Madsen and the twin filmmakers the Polish brothers, who've given us Twin Falls, Idaho and Norfolk. That, however, was not Billy Bob Thornton. This film seems like a real departure from Twin Falls, Idaho and Norfolk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It comes from the same place, but you know, we chose to do a little bit different narrative, probably a little bit more of an emotional connection on this one than the previous ones.
Now, another thing that I thought must have been pretty challenging is walking around in that Mercury-style spacesuit.
Yeah, it was a little steamy in there sometimes. It's also very hard to get on. You know, there's a lot of twists and turns you have to pull off to get into it. So once you're in there, you're just kind of in there for a while. But I'm a little claustrophobic, so got a little tight in there sometimes.
But he was protected with a helmet.
Which is harder to play? An angel like you did, an angel of death like you did in Prairie Home Companion, or a more down-to-earth character like Audie?
Oh, well, the angel was much harder because Audie's just me. That was just me and Billy Bob just being ourselves, and it was a delight every day. Being that angel it was just strange. I had to move at a different speed. I couldn't use my hands. It was I had to speak very slowly, so that was a tough job.
Yeah. Is it different working for a big studio than, say, doing an independent project like those?
Afterwards, not so much doing the movie. When you're making the movie, it's identically the same, but when you're promoting it, it changes a lot.
What was it like to work with the actresses Jasper and Logan Polish?
Oh, how was it? Oh, we kind of knew them from day one, so they were good. They're good kids, we were lucky.
Put them in the truck and brought them to work.
Yeah.
And despite what happened in Orlando the other day, why do you think there's still an allure to the space program?
Because there's so much to explore. We're still in infant stages with this program.
Yeah, I think there's an inherent need as a human being to explore, from Lewis and Clark to Neil Armstrong. Still a real big fascination in our culture.
It's a little different than some of the ones we've seen from you recently in Bad Santa and the Bad News Bears. Was it different to play a character who wasn't, say, as offensive as the characters you played in those films?
Well, no, as an actor, your job is to play different things. These kind of roles are what I came up playing. If you look at I'd done nothing but dramas up until last few years, and then I did 2 or 3 comedies. And comedies are fun, it's fun to do those. But I'd done like 3 in a row, so I figured it's time to do another drama.
What do you think keeps Audie with Farmer, even though he does so many maddening things?
Well, I don't think she finds him maddening. I think it's like he's an entrepreneur, and this is his dream, and he's worked so hard to turn his dream into a reality, and that it's part of the family dynamic, the same thing as if, he owned a diner, and he was trying to make that a success, and all the families involved, and so it's only when he veers away from being partners that she has to throw some things at him.
You played a NASA engineer in Armageddon, so and you're obviously playing an astronaut here. So, how much have you followed the space program?
When I did Armageddon, I did a lot of research for it because all of my dialogue was very technical. So I did a lot of research for that movie, so I didn't have to do as much this time. And the Polish brothers really knew a lot about this story, so I could just ask them if I needed to know something.
So would you like to see the space program continue farther than it has at the moment?
Of course.
Very much so.
Very much, yeah.
One of the things I think that must be very gratifying for you is that you've been in the business a long time, but you're getting some of your best roles now.
Oh, it's extremely gratifying. It's wonderful to know that the best roles of my life happened after 40, and these kind of opportunities, happen after 40. That's just been shocking and amazing.
Well, listen, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, speak to me.
Well, after talking with all 4 of them, there's still one important question. Should you go and see this movie, braving all the cold and all the other problems we've had here? The answer to that question will happen February 23rd when we have our latest reviews up here at efilmcritic.com. I'm Dan Lybarger.